Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to make a message. See, a lot of people look at America as the American dream. But you have to understand when you dream, you have to wake up. You have to stay awoke. Especially when you're trying to enable the the proper channels to be able to experience things. A lot of people are upset with this billions and trillions of dollars going overseas. But you have to understand nobody's country takes care of its own people. That's why people are being trafficked. That's why people are crossing borders. That's why people are running. It's like from running from one end to the next. If you really look at the things that are going on in this world, a lot of people are stuck, but they feel as though if they cross over to a border, someone else's land, they have more freedom of more privileges, but people gotta understand it's the institutionalized mindset. We have to come together, the people, and understand that because of the people is because this world is revolving the way it's revolving. Those revolving doors. People need to wake up and understand that if we don't come together and see eye to eye that change is needed, change is never gonna come. All that marching, all that shouting, all you doing is getting yourself a record. All you doing is getting yourself caught up. All you doing is putting yourself behind an institution where control is going to continue to control you. You're going to live on a schedule by someone else's schedule. How many people actually see changes when all this marching is going on? All these all these people that's pushing progressions and talking about the recessions and things that's going on. You can't you can't depend on a house, the Senate, or the state. They're all part of one conglomerate organization. Those are the people that's gonna push you and pull you, tug you, play tug of war. It's about it is the system was set up to not only divide and conquer, but to destroy, disrupt, and dismember your chakras, your alignment. A lot of people are so out of tune with their own mindset. They're codependent on the government, thinking that going to work is going to bring satisfaction, it's going to help you. How many people out here have 2 or 3 jobs, hustling, bustling, and still struggling? Especially when you have children. People need to understand that all this yelling and berating each other, you need to stand up and understand that going to work, all you doing is helping the House and the Senate and the Congress, make up more laws, more bills to not only procrastinate, but to disengage and disapprove things that needs to be done. It starts at home. People gotta love one another. Everybody thinking they're going to vote, standing in those long lines, voting for somebody that make promises but never actually follow through with those promises. That's how the seats are filled. You when you work for the government, you can't walk in there with being an emotional type. A person, they want somebody that's emotionless. Somebody that they can push and pull and prod and give orders to. They said orders are important. But you got to understand, if orders apply to us, they should apply to them too, right? People need to understand. Look at my situation. I've been speaking on my situation. I don't get in trouble. I don't do nothing. I said to myself, I stick to. I know I'm being watched. Watch me. I'm not doing shit when I'm in front of you or behind a closed door. So you can watch how you want. I know what needs to change. Everybody want to go to work and complain about their hours and the pay. Stop going. Because all you doing is pushing the agenda. All you doing is making sure that they keep you mentally stagnant, emotionally stagnant. You're not even able to spend time with your children, your family, to make sure that your things are in the order in your house. So you have to make sure you have placements in place for your children. After school programs, but you got to understand the word program. It's a broad word, but program means programming. People think that the adults are the only ones going through things. You have children going through things. They are looking for answers outside of the houses because not their parents don't have the answers. All they see is the pain, the insurmountable bills that's piling up, the suffering of the relationships. People are not being brought together. Like I said, people are being torn apart. You have to understand love. And it's really not about fair treatment. It's all about how you treat yourself. It's gonna define how other people treat you. This world is an institution within the institution, governed, they say, by one body. But you got to understand, we all have our own body. We all have our own minds. We all have our own enlightenment, our own spirit, our own soul, our own source of energy. And a lot of these places in this world is going to either destroy and dim your light or just break it. And that's how homes are broken. Homes are supposed to be the safest place for you and your children. But nowadays you got to put alarms on your house. You got people just breaking and entering in your house, trespassing, moving in your house without permission. And then they're building laws to enforce, to make sure that you have to go through all these hoops and ropes to be able to gain access to what belongs to you. But we have to understand, this world, we are renting from this world. I've been homeless many times. I've been on the streets. I've met many people that have made mistakes, but they want to go places in life. Why should people have to either bargain their souls for some sort of help or resources? Or why should I have to pay for safety? Why should I have to pay for things that were stolen from me? Why should I have to pay you to help me get the things that were taken from me back? But that's how the system is raised. It's a one for all. Let me tell you. So this Friday, I called the FBI. Trying to see, okay, how can you help me get my inheritance back? And I told the lady, I said, yeah, it's the government that's part of the problem. The lawyers, the judges that signed off. I know there's some dockets. And she asked me, what you mean part of the problem? I said, just what I meant. You can't even help me, but you got a fraud department. You telling me, oh, I cannot help you with your situation. And I said, okay, you are a part of the problem. And I felt her energy. She felt really offended. Because thing is, you are part of the problem. Why you get all these departments? I'm calling around government agencies but no, get you a lawyer. Why should I have to get a lawyer? Hire somebody to give me my shit when I know that lawyers and judges were involved. I know that people were involved. So why should I pay you to give me my shit back? You stole my shit. You took my shit. That's like life. People going through situations right now. They got all these laws in place called safety. But truly, how safe do you feel? That's why God is important. People be like, oh my gosh, she cussed, she acts this way, but you know what? Me and God has an understanding. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I treat people right. I make sure, I don't want to see people out here on the streets. I don't want to see people out here struggling. We know how drugs is over here. We know the bodies that govern we got the justice system, we got the medical system, we just got all these systems. It's to keep you either mentally sick, spiritually sick, physically sick, or just emotionally sick, disturbed. But people don't understand that love is free. Love, light, and peace is free. See, when all the people come together and understand, it doesn't take a vote. You don't vote for love, light, and peace. You don't vote for understanding, but everybody's shouting from the rooftop. We want some change. We want some change. How much shouting does it take for people to understand why change is important? A lot of people need to wake up and see that you are responsible for yourself and the things you bring into this world. People say the energy they put out, they feel like if they put out some money, they're supposed to get that money back. But you have to understand your intentions behind putting that money back. You can't treat your life like a lottery because a lot of people are not going to hit. A lot of people are going to miss. A lot of people are going to lose in the end. Whether you dead or alive, they're going to make some money off of you. That's why they have insurance policies. That's why they say pay up on your insurance policy. Make sure you send your monthly payments in. And then in the end, even those monthly payments, you got insurance policy. But the thing is, you still got to pay for the funeral. You still got to pay for the burial. You still got to get the caskets. You still got to figure out the wheels and what is left over, trying to divide everything up. There's no peace in life or in death. But that's why God is important. See, I put everything in God's hands. I put everything in Karma's hands. See, everything I put out in the universe, I know that my receipts are with the spiritual realm, are with God. I know that man can't beat God. But I know also that I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to continue to cry. That's why people need to understand why America is just a dream. You have to wake up. How much slumbering do it take for a person to realize that you can't keep sleepwalking? Stop sleepwalking. Stop being a sleeper. And understand that a dream is a dream, but passion and desires, and you can bring that into fruition. That's what manifestation is important. People need to understand dreams are more than some good dreams. You can have nightmares. That's a dream right there. Whether you're awake or asleep. You got spiritual beings out here that can actually dream walk when they're awake. I'm one of them. So it is, you have to wake up. You have to understand that when you go to bed, there's a chance you might not wake up. There's a chance you might have a nightmare. There's a chance that something could happen that inflicts something that when you do wake up, you might get some bad news. You might you might end up in a situation that was uncalled for. And then you'll be living that nightmare for the rest of your life. Because you're not mentally put together. You're not emotionally aligned. You're looking for answers in the House, Senate, and Congress. You're looking for answers to people that you voted in. We know they don't keep their promises. Like I said, they want people to fill those seats who are emotionalists, who are selfish, who will rather sell out than do the right thing. People think that doing the right thing is hard. You know, my right may be your wrong, and your wrong may be my rights. You know, we all move differently. But when you bring in children in this world and you bring in all these things in this world, all you doing is piling on piles of things like laundry. It's one that you're going to have to do that laundry. You're going to have to fold those clothes. You're going to have to place those clothes, separate those clothes from the clean and the dirty. So people need to understand that America is a dream. But you need to wake up, because this whole world was built on billboards. You walk around, you see these billboards with these restaurants. That food looks better on the billboard, on the cardboard box, than it do in real life. Everybody be like, why my burger ain't made like your ads? Because it wasn't supposed to be made like those ads. You know, they know you still gonna eat the shit. So, I mean, really? Why complain when they still know you gonna go with the routines? You're not going to speak up for yourself. You know? So people need to understand you are what you exude. You know it's not right, and you know it's not fair. But people need to understand that the people are truly the power. The bottom is what keeps the top. Without a bottom, there is no top. So, come together. Understand that if you in the bottom, you need to have an understanding with every race, every creed, you need to have a understanding with everybody. You won't change. And that's the bottom, change. But everybody want to sit here and wait for the 1%, the 2%, and the 3%. Really, our top don't even matter if the bottom ain't even in order. If your foundation is not even in order, what the fuck you need windows for? What you need a roof for? When you don't even have your foundation built on the right things that it need to be built on. Love, light, and peace, patience, joy. You know, everybody know that when you go to work, you already know your situation at work. You know the people you around are not going to treat you right. They're going to pay you what they feel you're worth. When you know your worth, you know things, you know. You're gonna go about your worth. You're not gonna worry about somebody else trying to say, okay, you only worth 17%. You know, you only worth $17 at this job. When you know you have to go through, especially working in the mental health field. You liable to be assaulted. You're liable to see all these things. You know, you're liable to be in situations, but you're also liable to get fired if you work to try to protect yourselves. People need to understand that protection is not for you. The protection is for the people over you. Because when push comes to shove, you'll lose your job before the overs lose their job. So, people can't get upset and angry. You know, people need to understand, if you look at every country out here, you will see their government is not taking care of their people. But you will see that all the governments are in cahoots with each other. Though those politicians are in cahoots. The Republicans and the Democrats, the left and right wings, understand there's only one pilot that is truly driving the plane, driving the vehicle. You know, without the pilot, left wing and right wing don't even mean nothing, because it's not going to get off the ground. You know, so people need to understand, like, It's so much going on out here right now. You know, I've been in so many different circumstances. You know, I have so much peace now, just knowing and being being awake, and seeing reality for what it is. I know my worth. See, me and God have an understanding. I could talk to God all day. You know, I move when God tell me to move. You know, and I'm able to be myself. God knows my worth. I know my worth. You know, and I'm not going to settle for no bullshit. So with that being said, stop being stuck in a nightmare. It's time to wake up. You know, it's time to see reality for what it is. So, thank you.